Welcome to another live stream of Spirit Island Digital. This is, again, made by Handelopper Games and Greater Than Games. We are playing a game of Bringer of Dreams and Nightmares. Bringer is a fear spirit, first and foremost, and it's a very interesting spirit to play solo, specifically because of its special rules. So let's look at its spirit board and see what it's all about. Its special rules are some of the most interesting ones in the game, so let's check this out. Your powers never can cause damage, nor can they destroy anything other than your own presence, which is very interesting. So you can never destroy things. You are not a spirit of destruction. You are a spirit of fear. You're trying to go for a fear victory and potentially even paired with Dahan, because Dahan can still attack, counter-attack, when you defend. So you can still destroy things, it's just you have to use the Dahan to do so. If your powers would ever destroy an explorer, a town, or a city, you would generate 0, 2, or 5 fear instead. So normally it's one fear for a town and 2 fear for a city. If you somehow destroy a city, you're dealing 5 fear. And in a solo spirit game, that's a fear card and 1 extra. It's a fear card and a quarter, just for destroying a city, which is really, really good. Also, any destruction that happens instead pushes all explorers and towns it would destroy. So you can move towns around by destroying them, which is an interesting element. So a single power cannot destroy a given invader more than once. So you can't double up and try to kill things multiple times for the fear. So you can only do that once. Powers which would damage via Dahan are affected just like others. So you can still allow Dahan to attack. So if a power says the Dahan deal damage, they deal damage. So that's an interesting way of doing that. All other effects, damage and destroy, work just as normal, where you have to just push things around and deal tons of fear. Because you don't get to destroy things, you have to rely on the fear deck even more so. And so it's the spirit's innate power, Spirits May Yet Dream, allows you to look at what those fear cards are and plan accordingly. When you're playing as a new person, it makes it a little bit difficult for you to see what it is, but if you can unlock these, you can actually plan accordingly. And newer people, it's tough to plan, but if you can see what it is, it's like, oh, I can plan for this and let that happen. So there's opportunities for that. And if you somehow get 3 moons, you can get an additional element, which can let you power up normally Night Terrors, or maybe another major powers threshold ability, which is somehow quite good. Unfortunately, it is very difficult to get to 3 moons in a solo game, because you have to get all the way to here, and Bringer of the Dreams and Nightmares does not really have good ways of putting out lots of presence in any meaningful way. I tend to try to go for at least up to air here, and it takes you 3 turns just to get to 3 card plays. It's just 2, 2, and then 2. So you have to take some big sacrifices to be able to get to 3 card plays. And in a solo game, it's very difficult to get to that point. So I'm probably going to be focusing on the top path so that I can just constantly get 2 card plays and continue getting the additional help from the abilities here. So I have a moon, we have an air, and if we unlock this one right here, it gives you any, which would let you get that 3 moon. So essentially, instead of going down this path, I'm probably going to go down this path just because it's easier. And if I'm really hurting for energy, I do have an option in my growth to add a presence with Dahan or invaders up to 4 away, which basically gives me infinite range, and I can gain 2 energy on top of that. So if I absolutely need to, I can do this. And because you have this really good ability to reclaim cards earlier, if you need to, this is a good option to reclaim maybe a defend card and replay it the next turn. So there's some good options to play around with here. All right, and this growth option is just gain a power card, add at one range, and then reclaim, gain a power card. So It's a pretty even spirit in terms of adding up presence and getting energy, getting power cards. It's pretty low key. Its secondary innate power is Night Terrors, which just gets fear. But you have to be in a land with invaders. That's the downside to that one. So let's get going. So we have jungles, which have just explored, and I start in the highest numbered sands. So I am probably going to want to get into land number 6 so that I can deal with this land over here. Because if you let land number 8 just go, it becomes a bigger problem. I might be able to defend here earlier as well. So I might want to try to go for an early minor power just to kind of look for a defense card. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to unlock my air. Go here. I get a minor power card. And again, I'm looking for a defense specifically. I do not have any defense, unfortunately. That's a bummer. But this has push 1 explorer or town fast, and it also gives me my moon, which is quite good. This is the only one that gives me a moon, and again, I want to always have moons. Like, it's very, very important for this spirit to have a moon. You have, because I unlocked the top presence track, I already have an air from my presence board, so having a moon is even more important. So I can unlock the first ability, so I can get at least 1 fear. So I think this is the right option here. And I can push this town away here. This is actually really, really good. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Predatory Nightmares as my first card so that I can kill the town that... Destroy, remember, destroy is not the same for everything here. But I want to be able to destroy the town that shows up there, and so I can push it away from this already blighted land. I'm going to be able to defend this land over here pretty easily, so that's not something I'm really concerned about. What's the other one I want to play? So I might want to play Dreams of the Dahan, because that would let me get 1 more moon and 1 more air, which would unlock my fear card ability here, so I can actually see the top card of the fear deck and see what's coming. Getting knowledge about what fear cards are coming is very, very important, just because I need to be able to see what's happening. And also, this one is not really useful right now. I probably want to do it next turn. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. So, Dreams of the Dahan. This unlocks this for me, and I also have both of these levels here. And because I'm in a land with at least 1 invader, I can activate my Night Terrors and get 2 fear. So, Night Terrors. It's scary. I'm going to target myself and look at the top card of the fear deck. So this will let me remove 1 explorer from a land with Dahan. So if I can, I want to try to distribute the Dahan to as many different lands as possible so that I have more options when this happens. And oh, so here, look, this is good right here. I want to gather. I'm going to want to gather. Yeah, I'm going to gather 1 of these Dahan into this land, and that's it. I just remember I'm trying to distribute the Dahan as best as I can. And also, this gives me the bonus of I'm going to push this town away. So right now, I'm going to deal 2 damage and push this into here. And then I must... Oh, that's the downside, though. This says push up to 2 Dahan. Oh, up to. It doesn't say you must. So if it says push 2 Dahan, you have to push Dahan if it's possible. But this says up to 2 Dahan, and I don't want to. I want to keep this Dahan right where it is. So I'm going to finish pushing. All right. So let's consider here. So we know that we're going to be able to remove an explorer from a land with Dahan before the invaders build. And so I'm going to be able to remove this explorer without any problem. So this is actually going to get removed, which is really, really handy. I'm going to want to defend here. and I believe my defend card is this one. So I'm going to need to possibly get more energy. Yep. But it's one away. It's one away, so I don't need to be in that land. So but I would only be defending one per fear. And I'm not dealing extra fear there. This is another way to do that, but I need to be where I am, so that's a downside. Oh. So the safe bet here is to just kind of rely on this and generate one more fear. So I might want to just land into here. Oops, excuse me. I'm going to just do this again. I'm going to place this here. So I can be in this land. I'm going to gain a minor power. Almost always, for especially early game, Bringer needs minor powers to really excel. So I'm going to just go with this. Again, let's look for moons. Oh, this is a really good one. But the downside is that you add Blight. But let's read this. So 2 fear, you get to push up to 2 explorers or towns. So it's a lot of flexibility to push things around. If target land has Blight plus 2 fear, and push up to 2 more towns or explorers, and then you have to add another Blight. So unfortunately, this is a tough one because adding Blight, especially in a solo game, is very, very tough unless you have Blight removal. And I'm seeing this right here. It has a moon, so it would get me fear, and it would allow me to remove Blight, which I think is the right option here. Because if Sands Blight or Wetlands Blight, I mean, it's pretty situational, but I kind of want to go with this just because it has the moon, and we're not adding Blight. This has both. That's the upside, but this I think is the option that I should go with. Again, I can use this to forget for a major power later. That's not a huge deal. All right, so I definitely want to do this so that I can defend. This is my defend card. When powers generate fear in target land, defend 1 per fear. So I can defend fully for here. And remember, when the Dahan attack, they actually do attack. They don't generate that fear. Hey, Lou Dolphin, welcome to the stream. Okay, so if I play one more moon, I still do get to see the next fear card as well, so that's fine. I can play pretty much anything right now. This might actually be a good option right now, Visions of Fiery Doom, because this would let me push this explorer out of this land, and that's probably the best plan right now, just because it's good here. Yeah, so let's do Visions of Fiery Doom. This prevents the build as well. So, yeah, Lou Dolphin. So this is the thing that I already saw. So each player will be able to remove an explorer. So I'm actually going to be able to remove this, just to kind of give you an update on what's happening. All right, so all my powers are fast. Let's see what happens. So let's do the defense here. So I'm defending for 1, and I'm going to do Night Terrors right here to get 1 additional one. So I'm defending for 2, so everything's defended. We're not going to get Blight. That's fine. I'm going to look at the next fear card. So I'm going to be able to push up to 2 explorers from an inland land. So that's pretty good. It might not be super helpful, but maybe later. And then we're going to push this little guy away from us, probably into this land. Because I want to be able to, again, anytime you can consolidate invaders, that's better, because most cards only target a single land. So if I can kind of put everything in one spot, it makes it better for me. All right, so we're gonna just do that like we planned. They ravage in jungles, so that dies, and those die. So we're actually doing really well here. We got an additional fear card. We know that we're going to be able to push 2 explorers from an inland land, and it's wetlands. This is excellent. This is absolutely excellent. Now, here's the question. I need to establish a sacred site one away from my jungles here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to... Sorry, from land number 2. I need to be able to be in range of this. So I think I'm going to establish a sacred site in land number 4. I'm going to have to take a couple turns to do that, though. So I think I'm going to do this, because I'm pretty flush with... I would be flush with cash this turn, so I'm going to have plenty of things to play. So I think I'm going to gain a power card, and I'm going to get an extra moon. We'll place it there. I'm going to gain another minor power. Okay, so again, if you've watched the stream before, Elemental Boon is the best card in the game in a multiplayer game. In a single-player game, it's okay, at best. So I'm leaning towards this not being the right option for me this turn. It would let me get both moon and air, and I'm starting to struggle with getting air. Notice that neither of my powers give me air this turn, so I'm not going to be able to power up here. I'm not going to be able to turn a face down fear card face up this turn. That's just not what's going to happen. So we're going to try to think about something else. Do we want this one? Push per Dahan, but again, like I don't have a lot of good Dahan pushing abilities, and this is not really good. Again, that probably means that this is not great either. This again gives me that moon that I need, and also it gives me 2 fear. It's half a fear card, which again, I want to rely on fear cards almost solely. So, and if it's N, it gives me the ability to push things around as well at a slow pace. So I'm going to do that one for sure. So I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to do this one. I'm going to hold off on this one just because it's not as good. I want to be able to deal some fear. Oh, hello. I have 3 moons now. Oh, that's right. So I uncovered this moon, which lets me, if I play 2 moon cards, I can get an additional element of a type that I don't have already. So that means that I can actually get my innate power and see what fear cards are coming. So ideally what I'd like to be able to do is destroy this town and move it away from this wetlands, and potentially I can make it so that if jungle shows up next turn, I won't have to deal with this. So that's ideal for me right now. I'm going to finish playing cards. I'm going to get the element here, and I'm going to get an additional air, because that lets me power up my entire ability. So again, this is the power of fear. Once you get going, you're pretty much unstoppable in terms of getting the elements you need. So let's get 3 fear cards. 3 fear, rather. And here's my thing here. I could target this land. So if I target a land with Dahan, I can gain a major power. If I forget this power, I gain energy equal to the number of Dahan in that land. So I could target land number 8, get 2 energy, and play the major power, immediately paying its cost. So I could just get rid of this card and go for a major power and get some bonus energy on top of it, which I think is probably the best option for me right now. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this, and let's see what we get. Oh, okay. This is interesting. So I'm looking at 2 cards in particular. Vengeance of the Dead, which gets me 3 fear at range 3. So that's basically anywhere on the board. So that's good. And Winds of Rust and Atrophy, which gives me defense 6, which I think is going to be a big, which is going to be important for me, because I wanted to push things over here this turn. Because I know from my earned fear card here, I'm going to be able to push 2 explorers. So again, if I can clear this guy away from an inland land, that's going to be even better. So I'm not going to be able to push that town, unfortunately. It might be better for me to play Vengeance of the Dead, get another fear card, and see what happens. And what I'm thinking is I probably should have gained a I should have done the look at the fear card to see what's coming first. I didn't do that, and I kind of feel like a fool, unfortunately. All right. I think this might actually be a better option for me just because it gives me future good things. I don't know if it's a good card to play right now, because it would cost me a lot, but 3 fear is nothing to sneeze at, and I can play it right now. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to... Again, I'm gonna forget this one. I don't think it's really... It's very niche and very particular, so I'm going to avoid this one. I'm just going to get rid of that. Excuse me. Excuse me. Why can't... Whoa, hold on. Why didn't this let me... Excuse me. Hello. If you forget... Oh, if you forget this power. Ah. I forgot to forget that power. So let's forget this power. And then play this immediately. I forgot that power. Yep, I need to forget that power. Yep, oops. Forgot it. Okay, so now we just need to target any land. And any time that we would destroy things, I mean, it doesn't really matter. We'll just do that. Oh, and look at that. I can push up to 3. All right, so I can push all of these guys. So that's actually good. So I can do this, that, and that. Again, that's pushing things away from me here. I'm planning on a big defend here later on. Each player removes... Oh, okay, well, that just did it automatically. Let's look at what just happened. Let's rewind. This did it way too fast. So because I earned level 2 right away, I got both of these at level 2. So what I had here was I would have only been able to push 1, but I got to push 3 explorers or towns from an inland land. Yeah, I'm going to have to turn down the animation speed a little bit on this. Each player removes 1 explorer or town from a land with 2 or fewer invaders. So that town got removed from land number 2. That's what happened. I'm just going to have to slow down the game a little bit. I wonder, can I do this right now? Okay. Animation speed, yeah, I can turn this way down. Okay, there we go. That should fix it. All right, two additional fear. See, I don't think I actually was able to turn a card face up either this turn. That's unfortunate. I don't know why that didn't let me do it. I was able to get this, but I didn't turn it. Oh no, I did. I did get to see that. I'm a fool. All right. So if the mountains or jungles, push 1 explorer and 1 town. Well, I can push this explorer away, I suppose. Oh, I know. I can only target a land where I am. So I'm just going to target this, get 2 extra fear, get an extra fear card. Again, I'm going for a fear victory here, not trying to destroy things. All right, so I'm going to reclaim my cards here, and I'm going to go for a minor power, hoping for a big defense. Hey, look at that. I've got defend 5. So that's actually really good. And because I automatically have a air symbol, that means that I can increase the power's range by 1 automatically. No big deal. And again, Tahan, like this would let me get both of these. Oh man, that's good though. I get both of these. Yikes. How's my... defend 5 is not going to be enough here. I need to be able to push a lot more things. Excuse me. So, let's see here. I think I need to take this just for its defense, and it's, like, again, I have +1 range on it permanently, so it's defend 5 anywhere on the island, because I'm in enough places that cover everywhere. So this is the best option for me right here, just for the innate defense that it's going to give me. All right. So again, I already innately have this because I've already unlocked an air and a moon. So this is I'm always gaining at least one fear. So another bonus to this is it does give me my beast ability. So that's really helpful. I think I'm going to let this ravage this turn. And try to get a major power next turn that will allow me to destroy a bunch of things here. Because they're also going to build again. So I can destroy it and then build again, and it's going to be... I can deal absolutely a crap ton of fear. So I think that's what I'm going to plan on doing right now. It might be good to just focus on defense, really. Well, how much fear can I deal in a land? Unfortunately, this is only where I am, so I can't really deal... Like, I don't have any presence on the coast here, so that's a downside. I could gather that Dahan away right now, and that might actually be what I want to do. Yeah, I might want to focus the Dahan. I'm going to play this one just so that I can get additional things here, and I'm going to hold on to this Sap the Strength of Multitudes until next turn. Just because I'm going to want to defend in this mountains. Oh, it's gonna be a problem here as well. This is tough. Because I mean, I'm not going to be able to defend fully here. I don't think. Because even if I did the defense this defend 5, I would be defending for just the towns and the cities, and then I need to defend for 2 more, and I don't think I have any ability to push more than. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. So this is going to blight no matter what, and this one isn't going to ravage, so this is not going to be very helpful for me this turn. So this might actually be a good option for me this turn, because I can actually get 2 fear and push this explorer away. And I'll show you why. Because I have three moons now, which would let me activate this one, which lets me gain an element that I have at least 1 of. So I can gain another fire, which would let me get that threshold. So that's what I'm thinking about for here, just so that I can get that extra fear. And what's my Night Terrors at? I really want to get that other... So maybe this is not the right card to play. Because I want to play one of my cards with a beast. So it might be good to play this so that I can get my Night Terrors to level 2. And it also automatically gets me my... so I have another fire here, so this actually gets me my extra fear here, so I can use the extra moon ability to get this powered up, which would let me get all of my entire thing powered up here. Ooh, that's actually really good. That's really good. That's very good. Okay, we're going to do that. All right. So I'm going to... Oh, it needs to be where I am. Oh, no. I forgot that's what it was. It's where I am. I think it's still the best option because it gets me 2 fear. And again, this can help me out with my defense ability. Where is it? Right there. So whenever powers generate fear, I can get extra fear. And... Oops, undo. Don't do this yet, because I want to do this first. And this is why I need to get the... So this is something that I learned again just now. So I can't preemptively give myself another air. I need to have it before I go into this step. So I can only do this I'm still going to do this because it lets me get my third thing here, getting one extra fear. I still don't know what the fear card is, though, so that's a bummer. Did I already do that one? Something's up here. Oh, I don't... No, I should be able to do this now. Finish playing cards. Okay, so... Oh, I have to be in a land with invaders! Crud! So I'm not going to be able to do Night Terrors this turn. Unless I somehow push it into me. So, okay, let's undo. I want to be able to do Night Terrors this turn. So I need to have at least one Explorer in my land. Is there any way to do that? At fast speed. I don't know if there is. Oh no. I don't think there is. I'm not going to be able to do that this turn. Yikes. Alright, well, you know what? I think I might need to just go for big fear this turn to compensate for not being able to activate Night Terrors. This is something about fear that if you're playing a solo spirit, you need to pay attention to, because it needs to... You need to pay attention and at least keep one invader in one of your lands so that you can use your Night Terrors. Don't be like me. Don't be a fool. Alright, because we're not going to be able to really do much of anything right there. I mean, that's really all I'm going to be able to do, unfortunately. I'm gonna use this to push the town out of this land number 3. All right, so just gonna target that 3 fear, and then sure, I'll give myself another beast. It doesn't really matter this turn. Each player removes a... Are you kidding me? No, that's really bad. So it was each player removes a town or city, town or explorer from a land with presence. Again, it's the problem that I've had before, is I just don't have a problem here. How am I dealing damage here? Oh, Dahan died, so I can deal 1 damage. So I can kill one of these explorers. Which would become... It's going to be useful, because then I can probably actually defend this land. I'm going to push it over here again. So I'm actually going to come in here next turn and actually be here. Explore into sands. That's unfortunate. Okay, this is going to be tough. So, oh no, and that means that's really a bummer. Because now this is still going to ravage. Dang it, that's really annoying. Alright. I can only target this land. I'm going to deal 2 damage here. I get 2 fear off of that because of my innate rule, and then I can move this. And I'm just gonna push things into 1 land and hope for the best here. Alright, I'm gonna gain a power card, and I'm going to place a presence here. And I'm gonna go for a major power. Hopefully a bunch of fear. Huh! Yes! Paralyzing Fright. There we go. See, this is what I needed right here. So I can skip all invader actions this turn. This is Fear's one of Fear's best abilities, just because you can potentially deal 8 fear in 1 fell swoop, and it does give you an heir on top of that. I think I'm going to get rid of this one. I still don't think it's a very useful card for me, just because it's only 1 fear, and it's so... But I could remove that Blight that showed up there. But I think that's best for me to just get rid of right now. So let's do this, and I absolutely need a moon. And, So I'm going to be able to skip this entirely. So I can just ignore all things in this land. So I'm not going to ravage. I'm not going to get an explorer. Like, nothing is going to happen in this land. And this is going to blight too, but I can defend here. So actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take a downturn. That's all. I have to take a downturn. And I'm going to defend here so that I do not get a ravage in this land. And I will get another fear card off of this. So that is the benefit. And again, because I have a permanent air symbol, this is just range 1, defend 5. So that's why I played it. It's very, very good. And I only have one level 1 here, so I'm just going to get 1 fear off of that. And then I'm going to skip all actions here. Get another fear card. I only need to destroy cities now. But again, that's not what I'm going for. I'm going for a fear victory, which means that I need to get one more fear card gone, which is only 2 more fear, which is actually pretty reasonable. So each player may replace 1 city and 1 town, or 1 town and 1 explorer in a coastal land. Oh, 1 city with a town, or 1 town with an explorer. This town's already going to die, so that's not a huge deal. Nothing's going to happen here, so let's just replace this city with a town. And each player chooses a different land and removes up to 2 health worth of invaders per explorer there, per presence there. So I could remove this town, or I could focus on not dealing with this. So I'm gonna not let this build this turn, because that also potentially lets me ignore all of the back line here. So I'm going to deal 2 damage to this, which gets me another fear card. So I need to earn 3 fear cards still to win the game. So if I get all 3 of these fear cards, I win immediately. Hands down. And explore into jungles. So this is really good because they only explore into this jungles, they ignore this one. What am I going to do? All right. I need to defend Sands. So I probably want to be in Sands, which means that I probably want to be getting another power card. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get another power card. I'm going to unlock this Annie, because now I can actually get my innate powers going even better. I'm going to get a minor power, because I already have basically my best major power in the game, so I'm just going to get a minor power. And hopefully we'll get some fear. Oh, look at that. Gather. A quick gather. So this is really good, because it gives me both of my the important ones. I get moon and an air, and it also allows me to gather something into one of my lands if I don't have the ability to, if I don't have any invaders in my lands right now. I want at least 1 invader in one of my lands all the time. So I'm going to get Lure of the Unknown for sure. That's a really good one. So let's absolutely play Dread Apparitions, because we want to defend in land number 3. And we want to deal some more fear there. So it's probably good for me to play Visions of Fiery Doom. Yep, because that would let me deal additional fear here, which would let me defend enough, and I could push. I can't. I'm going to push one of the explorers away as well, because again, it does say push 1 explorer or a town. It's not push up to. So if it ever says push up to, you have the option. If it doesn't say up to, it means that you have to do it. So we're going to finish playing cards. I do get 1 additional element. I can get one of anything. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a beast so that I can actually do my innate powers here. And then I will... Wow. I will get another fire off of this power. So again, I'm going to turn a fear card face up, see what it is. Okay, so invaders take 2 damage per Dahan in the land. That's okay. And I can gain another element, which is going to be fire, which lets me get this one powered up. And so I'm going to defend here for 1 right now. And then I'm going to do this again. I'm going to push one of these explorers into this land. And then I'm going to deal 3 fear again in this land, extra defending it just for funsies. Getting me 2 fear cards, and now I'm 1 card away. So each player chooses a different land with Dahan. Invaders take 2 damage there. So again, I'm going to do this one just because I want to not let things build. And we're going to get another fear card. Destroy all explorers in lands with towns and cities. Each city destroys 1 town in its land. Excellent. Wow, that really did a lot. That's incredible. 1 more fear. Wow, we might just win. This is great. So we're almost guaranteed a win at the start of next turn because we can generate at least 1 fear. So again, I only need to generate a fear. And if I reveal this card, I win. I win the game. So, let's generate a fear. Sure, why not? Let's just get a couple extra energy just for funsies. Let's put this one down right here. And then let's play both of these, which will generate me at least 1 fear. Excuse me. I'm going to be able to generate the fear off of this. Finish playing cards and generate 1 fear here. And that gets me another fear card, which then lets me win. So again, when you're playing a solo spirit, it's very, very difficult for you to destroy cities. So it's unlikely that you'll be able to win off of a terror level 3. You're just going to have to try to go for a full terror victory when you're playing this spirit. But as you can see, it's really not that hard to manage, especially if you get the right card draws. Even if you're getting 3 fear with a single card, it is worth it. Absolutely. So again, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the stream. Check the stream schedule on twitch.tv/zangzabar. Just same as right down there in there, or you can click on the various links in the description. And I look forward to seeing you on stream or back here on YouTube.